It costs Mr. Bezos a lot of money to buy crazy things, like a $500 million super yacht and a collection of $22 million cars. I'm going to show you all of these stupidly expensive things and crazy spendings. They range from very expensive homes to private jets. To begin, let's look at Jeff Bezos' pets. It's not like other pets, it's a dog robot. This thing, which Bezos bought for $75,000, can do a lot of things, like getting in and out of places, opening doors, playing with kids, a lot more. Still, it's not perfect. Like many other billionaires, Bezos is very worried about his safety. This is why he spends almost $2 million on protection alone. A lot of safety features keep his homes, workplaces, and garages safe. But he loves cars. His first car was a Honda, so he wasn't too interested in fancy cars back then. Why do you want a Honda? This car works just fine. Years ago, people thought he was a very thrifty billionaire. These days, he's not. He has a lot of cars now. First, let's look at the Lincoln MKT stretch limo. He spent $50,000 on it and mostly uses it for work and fun. He also has a Range Rover that costs $86,000 and a Cadillac Escalade that costs $79,000. Just regular cars on the road. This car, though one of his favorite cars, is the Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio. It's very hard to find this car, and Bezos paid a huge $3.5 million to buy it. Bezos' next car looks more like the Batmobile. In just 2.7 seconds, this towing motor's like in Hypersport can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour. It has 780 horsepower. It's not a surprise that Bezos spent over $400 million on it. It looks great and has headlights covered in 15-karat diamonds. $4 million on this beast. Supercars are kind of fun for Jeff Bezos. Following is the Bugatti Veyron Mansory. There were only two made, and Bezos is the proud owner of one. He paid $3.5 million for it. He bought the Koenigsegg CTXR Trevita for $4.8 million as part of his collection of rare supercars. There were only three made. It's also covered in white carbon wheat, which is pretty cool, but the last one is the best of all. One of the most expensive cars he owns is a $10 million Lamborghini Veneno Roadster that was made for the company's 50th anniversary. You might think that $10 million for a car is a lot, but for Bezos, it's nothing. He spent $42 million making the world's biggest clock. They were built into the side of a Texas rock and are 500 feet tall, which makes them bigger than the Great Pyramid in Giza. It only shows 100s and 1000s of years. This huge clock strikes once every 100 years, since it ticks once a year. But I bet you've never seen Jeff Bezos in an airport. That's because he only goes in private jets. He has more than one jet. Fox 900EX was the first one, 13 million rubles. Then he paid $75 million for the Gulfstream G650ER, the most well-known jet on the market. It looks more like a fancy home on the inside. He bought another one for the same price because he liked the first one so much. He bought a lot of things, but the Washington Post was the most crazy thing he bought. He paid $250 million and now controls the news about that. He knows how to live better, though. He needed homes, very expensive homes, to live better. Jeff Bezos owns several homes in the United States. In fact, Bezos owns the 28th most land in the United States. At Madison Square Park in New York, he paid $148 million for all 4 stories in the penthouse. It has a kitchen, a fitness center, a yoga studio, a game room, eating and meeting rooms, and a fitness center. He did buy a textile museum in Washington, D.C., though, and turn it into a house for some reason. He spent $35.3 million on it, and it turned into a very nice house. 10 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 6 powder rooms, and 11 stoves are some of the good things about it. But his new home in Beverly Hills is called Warner Estate. He paid a crazy $165 million for a 9-acre piece of land, which made it the most expensive house ever sold in Los Angeles. It is said that Bezos got the estate from David Geffen, a billionaire. Bezos owns 2 homes in Medina that take up 5.3 acres of land. There is one that is 20,600 square feet, has 5 bedrooms and 4 baths. The other one is 8,300 square feet and costs $53 million. It also has 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. But there are 40 waterfront homes and a 294-acre golf course on Indian Creek Island, which is also called the Billionaire Bunker. One of these costs $104 million and belongs to Bezos. It has a dining room, a living room, 8 bedrooms, and 10 bathrooms, among other things. Sure, he owns more homes, and many of them are not open to the public. But let's talk about the places he built. The name for this huge building is Bezos Balls. It cost him $4 billion to build. This huge garden is mostly for Amazon employees. The glass walls on the outside give a great view, and there are more than 40,000 rare plants inside. There's a tree that is more than 50 feet tall. It's not expensive to visit this huge jungle. All you have to do is buy a ticket. It's easy, just like subscribing to my channel, so do that. One of the most expensive private boats in the world, and the world's biggest sailboat, is Jeff Bezos' yacht. This is not like other yachts. This beautiful boat is more than 417 feet tall. It comes with a private plane worth $10 million. One person is the only one who can steer this boat, which makes it stand out. On top of that, this huge boat needs $25 million a year to keep running. Bezos bought this amazing ship in the end for $500 million. Jeff Bezos, a millionaire, has a piece of paper that is worth more than anything else he owns. In 2019, Bezos and his wife got a divorce, and she got $38 billion. Forbes says Mackenzie Scott has given away $14.4 billion to more than 1,500 organizations since her split from Bezos. Bezos, on the other hand, has only given away $3 billion, or just under 2% of his net worth. What do you think about Jeff Bezos? Let me know when you leave a note. Every opinion is important.